All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
Brother Kashakwala.
Brother Kaya.
First and foremost, we want to give all glory, honor, and praises to
Yahweh,
Ba'Shem, Yahushai,
Ba'Shem,
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 HaKakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. We got Job 8 today. We're not going to go through the whole chapter. We're going to get verses 1 through 10 in it. Okay? Pretty much this is a response from Bildad to Job. I think Job chapter 7 was Job's rebuttal or, response back to Eliphaz, because he had friends when he was going through his affliction that were just like talking to him. Pretty much when you read the book of Job, things happened to Job, which we all know about. He went through an affliction, but the main thing and the thing about it is he didn't know why. All right, so I'm gonna get Job 1:1 real quick. This is I'm clarifying the statement I just made, saying that Job, he just didn't know why. Job 1:1, it says, there was a man in the land of Uz. We're just talking in the spirit beforehand, just getting some clarification. So geographically, this is close to the land of Edom. This is why the mother can't be saying, well, one of the reasons they'll bring up that Job is an Edomite. This man ain't no Edomite. Just like they say Cornelius isn't an Israelite, even though the context clues, when you read it in the script, it clearly shows that this man was an Israelite. Well, in this case, Job ain't no Edomite, man. Okay? He ain't no Edomite. And when you go into the historical settings of the book of Job, a lot of historians are very actually unsure about when this took place. So who's to say he's an Edomite? Because Esau came when Israel came. Because they're twins. This could have, me personally, I believe this may have been before Jacob. So if this is before Jacob, speaking as a man, how can he be an Edomite? All right. So there's a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job. All right. And that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared the Most High and eschewed evil. Now, again, for geographical purposes, when I said that earlier, I'm speaking as a man and just off of research, okay? Not as a doctrine or anything like that, set in stone. Like, this is when it was? No. Because not really anybody knows the time. I get like King Solomon. You can go back to King Solomon in the 900 BC's time frame. You can kind of put a quote-unquote stamp on that when he was walking the earth or going to the Maccabees, all right, around, going to those certain type of wars or whatnot around like 166 BC. You can stamp that, all right, but Job, there ain't really a time, and it's still up in the air. But another reason why Job was like, why is this happening to me? It's because of Job 1:1. This man was perfect and upright, and one that feared the Most High and eschewed evil, meaning he put evil aside. In fact, get a Proverbs 4, the very last verse.
Okay.
All right.
Bear with me.
All right. And this is we're gonna probably get a lot of, if we do get precepts, it's probably gonna come out of these wisdom packed books like Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Ecclesiasticus, Wisdom of Solomon, things of that nature, because this is one of the wisdom packed books. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 4 and verse 27. It says, turn not to the right hand, nor to the left. Remove thy foot from evil.
Right, remove thy foot from evil, and that's what Job did. Okay? So we know Job 1, Satan had, the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, and Satan, they had dialect between one another about Job, okay, and what to do to Job or whatnot, Same thing in chapter 2. And then you read chapter 3. Job is cursing his birthday and all of that. He's like, hey, what the, I can't,
Those suicidal thoughts, man.
It's like, he's just like, man, forget this, bro. You know what I'm saying? But still, through it all, kept his integrity.
God.
You know what I'm saying? So, like I mentioned, he had friends, and me and this brother wanted to do Job 8 because on this brother's channel he's been doing quick reads of the book of Job, and he's on chapter 8. I just wanted to get in with him. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and start with Job chapter 8, verse 1.
This is Job chapter 8 and verse 1. It says, Then answered Bildad the Shuhite and said, How long wilt thou speak these things?
Mm-hmm.
And how long shall the words of thy mouth be like a strong wind?
Right. So Bildad, one of his friends, was replying back to him from when you read chapter 7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because that was replied, I think, from Job to, because Eliphaz spoke to Job, and Job replied in chapter 7, and now Bildad is replying to Job in chapter 8.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, why are you speaking these things? You know, you read a little bit of commentary. Verse 2 pretty much is, they say it's like it's in an insulting manner. That Bill, he's like, man, what are you talking this nonsense right now? You know, unknowingly understand what we understand Job chapter 1 and 1. You see what I'm saying? Because Bildad and Eliphaz are like, bro, you went off somewhere, bro. Whatever the fuck you doing behind, excuse my French, but whatever you doing behind closed doors, you need to repent to the Lord for that. And Job is like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I've done this, I've done that. I still pray to the Lord. I still do. I still sacrifice all these things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But they still think because something bad's happening to him, he's sinning. Which you can understand it to an extent, but at the same time, this goes to show you how you're supposed to be between each other now. Understand something jacked up may be happening to a brother continually for like a week, or 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. Like, man, why is this dude always catching something? He might be doing, you know, but at the same time, you just got to think the Lord just might be trying.
Mm-hmm.
He may have not done anything. You always got to be logical when it comes to a brother, because you ain't there with him every day. You don't know what he's doing, and even if you do live with him, you don't know the full extent of his walk still. You see, that's why a level of empathy has to come in, and communication. You got to talk to him, but really, that's what Job and his friends are trying to figure out. Like, what did you do? Why is this happening to you? Go ahead, bro.
It says in verse 3, it says, Doeth the Most High prevent judgment, or doeth the Almighty prevent justice? If thy children have sinned against him, and he have cast them away for their transgression.
Right, so you got to think about that, okay? Now, what Bildad is saying here in verse 3, the Most High pervert judgment, like, he's like, the Lord don't contradict. Mm-hmm. If you've done something, you're gonna get judged for it. He's like, so what are you trying to say? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just for no reason? No, you had to have done something, which in a sense is correct. Mm-hmm. When you read the law, if you do this happens.
Reap what you sow.
You see what I'm saying? Like the brother said, reap what you sow.
Now, in the earlier chapter, Job was taking up the sacrifices for him and his sons, right? Because his sons wasn't doing it.
Right.
They was too busy gathering every day at their houses with the sisters and the servants, drinking, having a feast. Okay, so technically they wasn't really concerned about Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Right.
But Job, behind the scenes, Job knew they was on his land. Okay, right. They knew they was having gatherings. But what did Job do? Every day, he supped with the Lord. You know, he did his burnt offerings, his sacrifices, and he did what he did in the spirit.
Right.
Okay. That doesn't just want to throw that out.
No, that's perfect. That's perfectly said. Because this is what Bildad is kind of saying. He's thinking that Job is impugning because in the commentary I read, it says Bildad thinks Job is impugning the Lord's character. This is the word impugn, to dispute the truth, validity, all right, or honesty, all right, which goes into the word belied, okay, or to, belie. Let me get that real quick. Belie. It means fail to give a true notion or impression of, disguise or contradict. So he's saying the Lord ain't build. It's kind of a zeal that Bildad. He's like, bro, the Lord, he don't contradict. He's right. What you trying to say? You know what I'm saying?
Coming at him hard.
Coming at like, what are you talking about? The Lord is right. That's that's exactly what Bildad. But he's not fully understanding the certain circumstances at the moment of Job. So it's like the things that his friends are saying, they're right and wrong, and at the same time, it's almost like an oxymoron. Mm-hmm. And you can take this and read what Bildad is saying. It's like, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. You're right, bro. You see what I'm saying?
Because they didn't consider the fact that, like, me and the brother was talking earlier, and the brother said, what, my thoughts are not your thoughts?
Right.
They don't know the inside doors, the behind the scenes on what's going on.
Right.
With the Most High on what he's doing with Job.
Well, even Job didn't know.
Job didn't know, yeah.
That's why they're inquiring, like, why is this happening to you? It's a mystery they're trying to solve. That's why you hear in the world, Jake like to say, the Lord is mysterious in his ways. But really he is. Mm-hmm. We read it in Job 1:1. Why is he getting boils? Why is his children dying? Why is his wife leaving? Why is he losing his substance? Why is it he's a perfect man though. Mm-hmm. Then Job is trying to figure. He's like, but I pray, but I sacrifice. But sometimes the Lord just puts you through something, and you got to give the spirit course to do its thing. Okay, and just go with it, but keep your integrity and your trust in the Lord. Okay, mm-hmm. So read verse 4 again.
This is Job 8 and verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
If thy children have sinned against him,
right,
and he hath cast them away from their transgression.
Right, he has cast them away for their transgression. Now the brother just beautifully said, it kind of reminds me of Samuel's son. Okay, when you read the book of Samuel, his sons were going off. Okay, matter of fact, I'm gonna bring that up. Okay, I'm gonna prove it in the scripts real quick. Matter of fact, I probably find it better in the. I'm gonna find it though. Bear with me. Because Samuel's sons, I'm talking about Samuel, the Levite, he killed Agag, killed him in pieces. Samuel, he had sons, okay, and they were going off. All right, let's see here. It's in 1 Samuel. Yeah, it's 1 Samuel 8. That's what I thought. So 1 Samuel 8, it says, and it came to pass when Samuel was old that he made his sons judges over Israel. Now the name of his firstborn was Joel, and the name of his second, Abiah. They were judges in Beersheba. His sons walked not in his ways, meaning righteously, but turned aside after lucre and took bribes and perverted judgment. You see that? Mm-hmm. Okay. So does that make Samuel just a
bad dad?
Just an unjust individual? No. Does that make Job an unjust individual because his sons were going off, his children were going off? No, he sacrificed for them still. Mm-hmm. You see?
Because he knew that was going on.
He knew that was going on. So when Bildad says this, technically, was he wrong? Nah. They were going off. That's why he's saying it in that manner. But at the same time, empathy needs to kick in.
No.
Just put yourself in Job's shoes. He had 10 kids that were just dealt with. Dead.
All his land got destroyed. The last judgment with the wind.
Right. Like you gonna go up to him and be like, well, the Lord judge your kids because like, bro.
It's kind of fucked up.
like,
bro, relax.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead, bro.
This is Job 8 and verse 5. It says,
Salaka, but he's trying to get to a point. He's making a point to Job.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead.
Verse 5. If thou wouldst seek unto the Most High betimes,
right,
and make thy supplications to the Almighty.
Right. So he's right. This is him telling, hey, Job, man, pray.
Mm-hmm.
These things are happening to you because you may not be praying enough. Man, pray. But according to chapter 1, 2, and 3, was Job not praying? So there goes the other half of it. You got to be logical and reasonable. And that's why the scriptures tell you to, matter of fact, let's see if I can find it real quick. The scriptures tell you to be gentle with all men, if I'm not mistaken. If you can find it too in the blue letter. Yeah, that's it. There it is, right there. Call on Yahweh Shai. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2 and 24. It says the servant of the Lord must not strive. Right, having some type of contention or, altercations, physically, verbally, with anybody. All right. It says, but be gentle unto all men. Now, towards one another. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Be gentle. It says be apt to teach and patient. All right. Exercise it. We understand what Bildad is saying, but are you exercising the level of gentleness and patience with Job right now? What you're saying is 100% true. And even so, if you're going through something in your life right now, you can read what Bildad is saying. Mm-hmm. And it will benefit you 100%. Maybe I am not praying enough. Maybe certain things are happening to me because of my transgressions, like he said in verse 4. Mm-hmm. Okay? Why am I asking why? The Lord doesn't pervert judgment and justice. This is just why this is happening to me, because I was going off. Simple. Bring out the book of Lamentations real quick. All right. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to say Lamentations 3 and 44. I want to say.
Is it 3 and
44? Because that gives you an indication of why things are happening. I mean, let's see. No, 40. Start at 40. Lamentations 3 and 40.
This is Lamentations 3 and verse 40. It says, let us search and try our ways.
Right.
And turn again to the Lord Yahweh.
Let us search and try our ways. Mm-hmm. Meaning, am I conducting myself correctly? Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? And it says turn again to the Lord, meaning repent. So if you're trying your ways, because what does the script say in the book of Psalms? Try my reins. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? I think that's I'm gonna get it real quick. I think that's Psalm 26 and 2. Let me see if that's right. It's a lot here. If not, just keep moving.
When it says search, it's talking about basically reflecting on yourself. Okay, like if something happened, within your family, anything, you always got to sit down and take time. Right, how can I conduct in this action? What needs to be done, etc. Okay, what the scripture said, examine thyself.
Right.
Okay, you really got to examine yourself as a man. Okay. Oh yeah, that's the spirit. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Keep saying what you're saying.
Yeah. You got to examine yourself, man. All right. And that's what Job was basically. He was searching. He was like, I don't know why it's happening. I am praying. Okay. I am doing this. That's a level of self-examination. All right. That's a level of searching.
And humility.
Yep.
Right. Because we read it again, Job 1:1. It said he was perfect in his ways, man. But yet Job is still trying to seek something inside of him, that imperfection. That's humility to say, that's being a man. Take your response. Look, what did I do? What am I doing wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Job ain't doing nothing wrong. He's just being tried. That's it. He didn't do anything. This is Psalm 26 and 2. Examine me, O Yahweh, and prove me. Try my reins and my heart. All right, you can go back to Lamentations 3, verse 41.
This is Lamentations 3 and verse 41.
Mm-hmm.
Let us lift up our heart
Right.
with our hands unto the Most High in the heavens.
Right, go ahead.
We have transgressed and have rebelled. Thou hast not pardoned.
Right, see? So that's clear indication right there that the Lord does not pervert judgment. He does not pervert justice.
Mm-hmm.
Was Bildad right? Technically? Yes. He was absolutely right. Timing? Maybe a little bit off.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Discernment? Because at the same time, these were Job's friends. When Job was doing good, you got to see that this man got this man got family, big family, he got substance, richest man, and was in the East or West?
One of those. Matter of fact,
yeah,
just so we can just stamp it. Let me see. So that's
no, you good, bro. In the East.
Yep,
in verse 3.
Okay,
so he had the most substance in the East. The greatest of all the men in the East, man.
Mm-hmm.
So his friends got to have a certain level of discernment. This is an upright dude.
God.
You see what I'm saying?
And it's in a very great household.
Right.
All right. Great. Not no average household. It was great. It was wealthy. It was. Man, and then when you really go into it, on how many cattle, like sheep and she asses this man had, those are a lot of animals.
Right.
Meaning what? He had to have a lot of servants, which he did. Okay. And it proves you when one kept coming back, and the one servant kept saying, "Hey, the other servant has been, slew, killed on whatever judgment that had happened." Okay. But the point of it is that Job was a very wealthy man, all right, and everybody knew of him because he was what? The wealthiest of the East. Okay, you got it.
Right. So you can go back to Job 8 and 5.
This is Job 8 and verse 5. If thou wouldest seek unto the Most High betimes and make thy supplications to the Almighty, if thou wert pure and upright, surely now he will await for thee and make the habitation of thy righteousness prosperous.
Right. So he's telling them, remember, you seek the Lord betimes, meaning early. All right. Meaning, or early, literally like in the morning, or just like that should be the first thing you do when you go through something. Make your supplication. Supplication is prayer, which means to beg. All right. Then guess what? He'll turn back to you, and he'll start blessing you again. He'll see you again. You see what I'm saying? But wait, he was doing that. He was seeking the Lord. The moment something happened to him, he was inquiring with the Lord. He was sending his supplication and talking to the Lord. He had a relationship with the Lord. Okay?
And within all that, Job still knew, even when he cut his woman, he said, basically, I'm just saying like this roughly paraphrase, he said, basically you can't have a perfect life, evil gonna have to come too.
Right.
So him actually knowing that and still like, what did I do?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because Job understand, man. He understood that, hey, everything good can't happen. There got to be some evil in the midst too. But even when the evil did come, he still what? Prayed unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He still cried unto the Heavenly Father. Complained. But he was still in question on what am I doing, even though he didn't do nothing. Humility right there, man.
Right. That's it.
Come on.
Read verse 6 again.
Come on, this is Job 8 and 6. If thou wert pure and upright, surely now he will await for thee and make the habitation of thy righteousness prosperous.
Right. So I'm going to read something out of a commentary real quick. All right, I'm bringing it right here. Because it makes a little sense. Okay? On verse 6. It it says, oh, wait. So it says, he said that to him. He said, brilliant, just stop sinning, Job. That would make the Most High stop punishing you, which makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing. We're cutting the old man off daily. We're offending less, which is pleasing to the Lord, and he will stop punishing us. Simple. Quid pro quo. All right? But it says, oh, wait. It's not Job's sin that is moving the Most High to bring suffering into Job's life. Why does the commentary say that? Job 1:1. He was a perfect man. He did not sin. Mm-hmm. All right? There's that whole matter of Satan's questioning, which you can figure out in Job 1 and Job 2. Both Job's disinterested righteousness and the Most High's integrity. And no one in the story knows about that part. Right. So his friends are not considering his personal moves that he's making on his own time in his relationship with the Lord. They don't understand that. You see? And that's why they come off the way they do. They're right with what they're saying, but they're not getting the matter of fact, they're not getting the full matter of it. That brings me to a precept real quick.
Because they could have said, wait, you still praying still? Well, if you're doing that, well, hey, keep man, be strong. Keep it, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the type of build-up a man need after seeing all this happening to you within your life, your kids, all right? You'll want your friends to kind of understand, like, yo, you're really not doing nothing. You're still praying. But like the brother, was harping on, hey, they didn't really go to that extent. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
That's it, bro. You're right. Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 11:7. Blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Now, how do you examine the truth? You ask questions. All right, it's an examination, just like the brother beautifully broke down about examining yourself. You ask your damn self questions. Am I doing this? You interrogate yourself. Okay? It says understand first, and then rebuke. It's almost like they just, well, these bad things are happening to you because you're just doing this, man. You sinned.
Because there was an amazement when they first saw Job, the boils and everything that went down. They basically just slept with him. They sat down like, yo, what the hell is going on? That's a bit WTF, man.
Yeah.
Okay? But then after that, after looking around, they just like, man, I'm like, like, bro.
What's going on? It says, verse 8, answer not before thou hast heard the cause, neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk. All right? So going back, yes, Bildad is right with every verse he's saying right now. Okay? Every verse. Verse 3, that's right. Verse 4, that's correct. Verse 5, that's right. But did you consider, are you a judge before you judge? Kind of like, you know what I'm saying? You got to see the matter first and then make, you know what I'm saying? Or see the matter, then make your admonishment, which is an advice. All right? That's why the scriptures say, go seek counsel. You seeking counsel, that goes back to Hebrews, that says, but to do good and to communicate. When you go into the word communicate, it means the sharing of anything. You have to release information so there can be an understanding that is made between the parties. That's simple. I can't just come to this brother and be like, man, there's something wrong with me, man. And he asks what? And I'm like, nothing. And then what the fuck, bro?
I got demons on you, man.
Why are you asking me? Would you want me to say something? I can't say nothing to that. You see what I'm saying? I need to know the cause. Why are you upset? Why are you sad? Why are you mad? What's going on, bro? Communicate, share. Matter of fact, let's just for edification purposes, and we're gonna finish it off because we're only going to verse 10. Okay. We're going to get that Hebrews. I think it's Hebrew 13, and we're gonna get that.
About going to the Heavenly Father.
But to do good and communicate.
Okay.
We're just going to get that word communicate. All right, verse 16, Hebrews 13 to 16, but to do good and communicate, forget not. For with that thing, that's what you're talking about. For with such sacrifices, the Most High is well pleased. The word communicate, koinonia, in the Greek. And it means a fellowship and association. You got to be associated. Joint participation. Don't be one-sided. If you're going to seek counsel, how can you get the counsel if it's fucking one-sided? If it's not joint participation, meaning participation on your end as well, meaning you need to talk and communicate. This is the point. The share which one has in anything. You got to share these things. You got to participate and share these things. Hey, you have camp at 3 or 2 or whatever. On the way. That's communicate. You're sharing your location with the body so we know, okay, you don't show up in 30 minutes. Well, hey, the brother said an hour ago that he was on the way. I wonder what's going on. Since you communicated, we can kind of start thinking of something logically. Maybe give you a call, ask you where you at. Because you shared and you had joint participation. Now we understand. We have an understanding, and we can pinpoint things now. You see what I'm saying? So let's go back to Job 8. Real quick and go to verse 7.
God, this is Job 8 and verse 7. Though thy beginning was small, yet thy latter end shall greatly increase.
He's right. Because this is going on, following what he said in verses 5 and 6. Man, pray to the Lord. He'll come back to you. He'll bless you. Okay? And guess what? Your first, how you were first, your latter end is going to be better. That's what the scriptures say. The end of the thing pretty much is better than the end is better than the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Something along the lines like that.
Because there's a lot of growth.
Right.
All right. Just like you come out your mother's womb as a kid, what do? You grow. Whether you grow in wickedness, or whether you turn back and start growing in righteousness.
Right.
God.
Keep going, bro.
Because this verse 8, it says, For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to search of their fathers.
Right. It's the same things that we do. Okay? We inquire of our of a former age, man. We go back. All right? This brother loves to bring out Hebrews the 11th chapter. That's going back, because that whole thing is telling us what? It talks about Jephthah, Moses. Those are
a lot of examples.
Of former ages.
God.
Okay? This is Sirach of Ecclesiasticus 39:1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek the wisdom of all the ancient. You go back, all right, and be occupied in prophecies. But the point that I wanted to bring out, you will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient. Like, hey, bro, go back. You know what I'm saying? And again, we don't know the timeline, but also we were just speaking in spirit before this. In their dialect, in their dialogue, the LORD is not used when they talk to each other. It's either the Almighty, like you see right here, or God right there. All right? They're not saying Yahweh, LORD like that. So this could very well be in the time during Genesis. All right? Where they called Alashajah and things of that nature. All right? Very well be. Okay? But also just to clarify things, because I want to say in Genesis the 5th chapter, it says, then they began to call on the name of the Lord. All right? Let me just see if I can get it real quick just to clarify some things. Enos. It might be in the chapter 4. Just for, just clear things up. Yeah, that's it. Genesis chapter 4 and 25. And Adam knew his wife again, and she bare a son, and called his name Seth, for the Most High. I'm going to read verbatim. For God said, she hath appointed me another seed instead of Abel, and whom Cain slew. So really Seth was like the word Seth, I think in Hebrew is Shath, which means compensation. All right, it was pretty much the reincarnation, you could say, of Abel. All right, verse 26, and to Seth, to him also there was born a son, and he called his name Enos. Then began men to call upon the name of the Lord, Lord in all caps. All right, so yes, you did have the name out there, but in this case, when in the dialect, in the dialogue between these men, they always use Almighty and God. Kind of gives you another indication of trying to figure out, put the pieces together, a timeline. But at the same time, we might figure this out in the kingdom.
God.
You know what I'm saying?
No purpose off.
That's it. Don't get too deep into something. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, bro. We finish this off.
This is Job 8 and 9. It says, "For we are but of yesterday,
Right.
and know nothing, because our days upon earth are a shadow."
Right. Our days upon earth is a shadow. Man, Bildad speaking straight facts.
Mm-hmm.
He's being real. He's being 100. Okay? I think it's this. No, it's not that.
What are you looking for?
James, where it says our life is as a vapor. Just a quick precept.
There it is.
Where is it?
Tomorrow, 14.
Yep, that's it. James 4 and 14. It says, whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeared for a little time, and then vanished away. So pretty much Bildad's, James probably read what Bildad was saying, man. What? We know nothing. 1 Corinthians, what's that? 8. All right, 8 and 1 and 2 and 3. I think 8 and 2. A man know nothing, you know nothing at all. A man that thinks he knows something knows nothing at all. Okay, on the line, we don't know nothing because our days upon earth are a shadow. What he's saying right now, look, man, we are limited with understanding, wisdom, and knowledge. Our lives are short. You see, that's it. It's true. That's what it's saying in the book of James. Go ahead, bro. We finish it off.
God, this is Job 8 and verse 10. Shall not they teach thee and tell thee and utter words out of their heart?
Right. So not they teach thee and tell thee and utter words out of their heart. So, hey, we might come back to Job verses 11 and 22, but we just want to kind of give you the dialect and the rebuttal, quote unquote, or the response that Bildad. He was right about a lot of things. In your life, in our lives now, I'm not saying that the scriptures aren't beneficial, but what Bildad is saying is super beneficial to us right now. Mm-hmm. Are you praying? Are you supplicating? Are you seeking the Lord early? Okay? And you better recognize, you better not sit here and say, why is this happening to me? The Lord doesn't pervert judgment. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You better take it. He's like, bro, you had to done something for something to happen to you, which is 100% true. But at the same time, when you read in the context of how they're speaking, they don't understand Job is a perfect man. And it's just trying to figure out why. That's it. You have any closing words?
Man, you said it perfectly. That was the whole point of it. He was just trying
to get that, the moral, the integrity. You can get that too.
Oh, God. But yeah, they were just wondering, basically what was up. All right. It was a case. It was a spiritual case. Okay. Job, them seeing Job in the worst state ever. Okay. They came to him to inquire of him. They're like, yo, what's going on? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? But at the end all be all, they didn't understand that Job was actually keeping his integrity, okay, towards the Heavenly Father. Because, we know the story when Satan came, they was talking, like, hey, do this to him, but save his life. Because the Most High knew that Job was going to keep his integrity, okay? And I'm going to get the word integrity right quick. Let me see. This is the word integrity on the online Intermon. It says blamelessness, chastity, purity, okay? He had a pure heart. He was perfect, okay? He was upright in righteousness, okay? It says, let me see, soundness, okay, completeness, wholeness, whole, perfect condition, okay. So, hey, that was it right there. His integrity was perfect, okay. What he was holding for Yahweh Shah was just perfect, and nothing can belittle that. All right, get to him, all right. But his friends didn't really know. They were like, man, they didn't know that his integrity was on a whole nother level. Man. Okay, they didn't know that. Right. But through the Spirit, this is why we did this lesson. All right, to understand what's going on and to get a better understanding. All right, iron sharpens iron. Right. Okay, but that's pretty much all I had. But hey, with that, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. We're going to close out and give it all honor and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Chakadash.
Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And peace, love, and salutations to your hopeful lesson pushing the truth. Okay? Shalom.
Shalom.